Here. Okay, let's go back into your progress real quick. You mentioned that after you did uh your stretches, you've noticed what pain relief?
Um, my right hip hasn't been hurting as much, just from doing a lot of the stretches. I still, at the beginning, I did have some pain in the left knee, so I just modified some things, and I'm good now. But I haven't noticed a whole lot of my right hip pain, which has been good. So
Yeah, nice. And then this virtual session, you want to focus mo mainly on your ankle, feet mobility so you can be able to deepen that squat.
right, correct. If That's kind of my main goal is to be able to get into a deeper squat with more comfort, and more
Yeah,
strength and flexibility. Because I think squat, if you can do a squat, then it's just a signifier of longevity. So I'd like to be able.
absolutely, man. Yeah, yeah. All right. So you know what? Thank you for sharing that. Let's actually get into our first position here. We're gonna put this our feet back here. We're gonna tuck them back.
Okay.
So I really want you to open up those toes too. So widen those toes, really spread them as far as you can as you open them up. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna start very gentle and just gonna do some rocks back and forth, getting our stabilizing muscles on our feet, on our toes, nice and woken up. And we're gonna work our way up to the hip and the deep squat. But first, I kind of want to get a good little like full body thing going on, emphasizing on those ankles and on those feet. And then we're gonna get into a downward facing and then back into that tuck position. And I really want you to go nice and slow while you're pushing against the toes there. So when I'm coming back here, I'm pushing against the toes as I'm going down. So you should feel nice stretch. There you go. Yep. Now let's add the breath, Jonathan. So breathe in, breathe out as you go down. There you go. Breathe in, breathe out. Beautiful. One more time. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, we're gonna do some gorilla walk, rocks. So we're gonna get into. We don't need to go into a deep squat right here. I just want you to go into a wide stance as much as your body will let you, but you're kind of like bending like this, like you're crouching down. You see this? And see
Okay.
how I'm twisting my feet right here,
Yeah.
and I'm putting emphasis on my toes,
Okay.
and I'm just swift. Yep, you were doing it right there. Yep, it's like you're almost trying to knee tap the mat. And you're using your hands if you need it. This isn't like a deep squat hold. Like you're not supposed to feel very uncomfortable in a deep squat. You're just supposed to feel basically your ankles and your feet work for you here because you're basically just shifting and pivoting while also engaging those toes. So do me a favor now, and I want you to
My
add
heel's
the
supposed to
chest
come up
up.
at the.
What was that?
Is my heel supposed to come up at the back right here? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay. That's where you want. You want to be basically on the balls of your feet as you pivot. There you go. Let's add a couple more cues here. So from here, I want you to put your chest nice and tall, right? And then this time I want you to lead with your chest. So look, I'm leading with my chest. And this is going to add a little bit more work here to the feet. Natural breathing here. Oh, all right. Let's go back into a sitting position. Right here, we're going to get into some feet cars. Okay. So I want you to basically give a lot like a headlock under here.
Yep.
Okay, and yeah, nice headlock. Get locked in. We're gonna go left, down, right, up. And I want you to like not treat it like a little, just a little rotation here. I really want you to direct it with your toes. So pull it to the left right there, like someone's pulling your toes. And then down, like someone's pulling those toes down, right, same concept. And then up. Now let's reverse the direction. So this time we go right. It's gonna feel a little weird. down, left, back up. Nice. One more time to the other side. Left, down, up. I mean, right, then up. There you go. Have you done knee cars?
Knee cars? I don't think so.
Okay, so this was feet cars. So cars, you know what cars is, right?
Yeah.
Yes, because I'm assuming the line of work you do a lot of that stuff. So
Yeah.
we're gonna do the knee cars version. So it's the same position here,
Okay.
except this time we're gonna go up. That's gonna be a little harder, right? You're still grabbing that right there, and then you can go side, really turning that external rotation, internal rotation, and then back to up. It's a weird movement.
Yeah.
Coming here, you're coming back here. It's like you're shooting down, external, internal, and then full extension there. That's the hardest part.
Okay.
I just want you to get warmed up with your feet and your knees. Anytime someone has like say they want to go deeper squat, I just like to kind of work on both sides. I just
Okay.
want you to feel that. I just
Yeah.
want you to feel that. So here we go. Let's get into our feet car, same thing. I'm gonna go down. So it's like pulling your toes there. Left, up, right. Let's reverse the right direction again now. So up, left, down, right. Ooh, this one is hurting. All right. Left, up, right, down. Let's all right. Let's attempt just one rotation to the right and left for the knee cars. So right
Okay.
here, we're gonna go external, external, and then extend all the way up as much as you can, right? And then come back down, internal, and then down. So it's the reverse direction here. Here, then left. Ooh, this one. See, this one needs work for me. Yeah. All right. Cool. We just wanted to feel that.
Hmm.
All right. So let's get into a little bit more ankle mobility. So now, actually, I noticed that you have your bed there, so this is going to be good for your bed. Let's actually use this your bed, and we're going to use my couch here. So
Yeah.
you're going to use the edge of the bed, and you're just going to put pressure on it right there. You're just going to put pressure on that foot there. Okay, it's nice and soft. So I want you to just kind of like rock back and forth. You might feel a little bit uncomfortable here too. You know, so if it doesn't, that's good. That means it's working. That means that your ankles are stronger right there. And then from here, in order to get like a deep squat too, I like to just grab and just put like pressure down into my ankle
Uh-huh.
while I'm trying to go into that deep squat. It's a weird position because you're obviously got one leg out, but you're putting pressure on there and you're kind of feeling it work. This works a lot better when you have like a high. There you go. That was the movement that I wanted to do. A high box at a gym. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So, because then you got more range on there, and you can put more weight, and you can just push it down as you're trying to go into that deep position.
Right.
So when you do go to the gym, I do want you to try that out with a higher surface because you're taller. So let's
Okay.
switch to the other side. So yeah, so ideally it look like this. So you can see, just because I got some good hip mobility here, ideally you'll be like one leg down, you'll put information and you'll move it down while trying to be in a nice deep position here. But at the end of the day, I want you to just kind of feel it out and get that awareness in your body.
Okay.
Nice. All right, so we're gonna get into some more of a strength focused exercise now when it comes to the ankles and the feet. And then we're gonna get into some deep mobility work. So now here's I want you to you can use a wall. I want you next to you. Mhm. I want you to use a wall right here. Like can you use that closet? That closet is it able to put something on you?
Yeah. Let me see. King
Okay,
size.
that's good. So yeah, that's perfect. So what I want you to watch me. This is usually the advanced move, right? This is the advanced move, the sissy squat, and then
Yeah.
back down, and then
Yeah.
back up here. But we're not doing that shit today. We're gonna use the wall to go into a deep sissy squat as much as you can. Look, use the wall and then let the wall bring you back up. Okay? So we're gonna go three, yes. I want you to lean back a little bit more. Boom. Make sure your back is straight and you're leaning back a little bit, kind of like you're doing like the Matrix and Neo move. There you go. Low as you can. That's fine. Now add the breath. Breathe in.
Low as I can go right there.
There you go. I want to see this. I want to see. I can see you. I just want to cue you. Right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice.
Yeah, that's as low as I can
Yeah, this is the strength work right here. Is that wall helping?
go. I don't know if it's helping as much because I have it more angled, I guess.
Yeah, but let me see. Actually, we got to switch it because you know what would be better if you had a stick. That's because then you would get full range. But let's switch into the staggered feet toe squat. So we're gonna go into staggered stance right here. I want you to just use the balls of your feet here and go into that deep loaded stance. Come back up. Balls of your feet the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Down. Hold there. Breathe there. Up. Yup. Sink in that breathing. Breathe from the nose.
Yep.
Down in that loaded position. Balls of the feet. Breathe out. Switch. Switch sides. Same thing. You're breathing down. Breathing out. Same thing. Go. Balls of your feet. One more. There you go. Yeah, so this tells me next time I create this workouts for you, we're gonna go into wide stance. I'm gonna be able to give you some assisted movements that are kind of intermediate, just because I can see where you're at already. Okay.
Okay.
Um, this is good. So what I want you to do is I want you to go into this position right here. We're gonna go into some assisted cross stack. So you're just shifting here.
Okay.
Boom. You're just shifting right there. There you go. Left and right. Now add the breath into it. You're sinking in your breathing as you go left and right. And now I want you to really flatten that back and look straight at me. Backers look. You're looking here. You're engaged. Now you're working. Now you're working right here. Breathe. Try to extend those legs as far as you can as you move and shift. Is the ice skater cross axe. Nice. All right, back down. Little breather. And I know we didn't do too much, but just a little reconnection here. So now we're gonna get into your deep squat variations. I can already see where you're at with your deep squat. And you're not too bad. You're almost there. You know, it's a matter of just opening up your hips a little bit. So we're gonna do some hip work, and we're gonna do a little flow, and then we're gonna see what your deep squat is in the end. Okay.
Okay.
So, just here we go. All right, we're gonna go into a 90 position. Okay, we're gonna start with the leg lifts first. Okay, so that back leg, you're gonna lift. Do five of these. Yeah, yeah, you could stay. Yeah, you could stay there though. No, you felt good right here. You could just lift. A lot of people can't just lift it from there, you know. But I like to rock with it just because I want to get the glute feeling, you know.
Okay.
Boom, just to get a little motion. Then we're gonna go switch to the other side. There you go, same thing. Ideally, if somebody could just lift it from there, perfect. All right, now let's add our flow. Okay, so we're gonna go no hands, nice and slow, one by one, into a shin box right there.
Okay, no, what is that?
So from here, look, you're right there, right here. All you're doing is turning your chest and popping up.
Oh, okay.
There you go. There you go. And then back down. Same thing, other side. Boom, here. Chin box.
Yeah, I gotta use my arm for that side.
Yeah, it's okay. You can use your arms on that. Slow, back. You're good here. Then you could just use your one hand here, pop you up, and then rotate. And tuck that toe behind. See this toe? Tuck that toe behind. I want you to push against it because it's gonna flex that glute. As you do that, then go back down. This is good. I'm good. I'm glad to know where your level's at. You're actually in a very intermediate level. So here you can pop up, tuck that toe, back up. Here, this should be one of your go-to warm-ups as you're preparing for squats or legs or any lower body work.
Okay.
So you can prepare and load yourself into a deep squat. We'll talk about prepping for squats too, because deepening that squat is not as hard as people seem, because you already have a good base as a PT as well. So
Mhm.
here, come back nice and slow, tuck that toe, push against it, feel that glute engage. Beautiful, breathing. Here we go. Nice. All right. So we got a good. That was a good flow. I mean, I'll go. My blood's pumping here. So we're gonna go into a cane squat. Here's how that looks. You're gonna go into a hinge position,
Okay.
right into that deadlift, and then right there, butt
Yeah.
goes down as low as it can. I want to see where your squat is.
Okay.
Then
Let
let's
me
do it.
now that
Yeah, boom. Breathe right there. And then what I want you to do is put that butt back up, ride it back into that deadlift position, hold it there, and then back up straight. That's the mechanics there, okay? So breathe in, back is flat, you're looking straight here. Beautiful. Butt is back down, now into that deep squat. Let's see it.
oof,
That's okay. Come back
that's
up,
no.
and then boom. Yep, here we go. Let's do this one more time. Breathe in, look straight, butt down. Nice. Looks better there. Butt up. Oh, okay. All right. So I see where you're at, where your knee, with your hips. You're
Mhm.
totally right on the ankle part and the feet. So those are the things that you definitely want to strengthen. Except I want to warm up your hip flexors just a little bit more, and then I want to see that deep squat one more time because I
Okay.
feel like we're almost there because you just need a little bit more warming up and we're good. Okay. So we're gonna get into this side position here. Yep.
Like this.
Yep, perfect like that. What I want you to do is make sure you're squared and your heel and your knee is lining up together, and then you're breathing in and you're pushing to the side while you're looking straight. Okay, make sure you don't lean. Look at me. My body is squared towards you as the knee is driving. Looking straight as I'm driving. Boom. Yep. Just had the breath there. There you go.
That's as far as I can go without my heel
That,
going.
yeah, I could see that. That's fine. As long as you use your breath on there. There you go. Use your breath. Your breath is everything on this. Because naturally your body wants to turn this way just to give it a little bit more comfort, right? But at the same time, as long as you let your body just flows where it goes, that's fine. You're working. So let's switch to the other side. Same thing. Heel matches knee. Try to keep your chest squared and straight as possible as you're going deep. It looks like you'll go a little bit deeper there, right? Nice.
My hip on the right is more limited than my hip on the left, but my ankle on the right is more flexible than my ankle on the left.
Yeah, there's always one dominant side. Nice. Now I want you to go back to the other side and extend that leg. Okay? Just extend it fully. Yeah, give yourself some space. We're gonna do a whole movement here. This movement right here, we're gonna do a little bit more rounds because I want to make sure you're nice and warmed up, and we're gonna see that deep squat one more time. So I want that back
Okay.
foot though, that back foot, see this back foot right here? I want that tucked because I want you to engage your feet in this. Okay? Beautiful. So what I want you to do is I want you to put your hands up like this, straight. You're gonna push down, boom. Yeah, you're gonna feel pressure on that foot, and then come up, and then you're gonna step that foot. Yep. And then you're gonna go look right here. You're gonna lean forward, drive that knee forward as you bend to the side. You should put your hip flexor. You feel your hip flexor? Boom. Bring it back. Look, nice and controlled. Nice and controlled back here. Okay. Yeah, we're working. We're working. Back down. Now I want you to use your hands how you want to use them. Okay. I just wanted to see where you're at, where your level. Pop up here. Bring to the side. Drop. Drive that knee and feel that hip flexor stretch. Bend to the side. Same thing. Try to come back. Same position. You can use your hands on the return. Hey, there he is. All right. One more time. Step, drive, breathe, bend. Ooh, beautiful. Nice and slow on the way back. And let's switch to the other position. Same thing. Here we go. We're going for three on this side as well. Pop up, step, drive, bend. There you go. Ooh. Back down. Drive, breathe. Nice, Jonathan. Shift, bend, drive. Ooh, last one. And then we're going to get into some hip cars and we're going to test that deep squat one more time. Ooh, nice. Here we go. Nice and slow. Come back. Finish strong. Solid. Solid, solid, solid. Okay. What kind of hip cars do you normally do?
I'm usually against the wall, and I use just
You do the standing version, right?
I do the standing version just
Yeah.
because.
So experimented with the lying or even kneeling kind of versions?
No, I haven't.
Okay, that's totally fine. I think that's those are the ones that I feel like you should experiment with, because it's going to require more core and more isolation on that glute. But I mean, I'm sorry, that hip bone. But let's do a lying version so you can see what I'm talking about. So we're gonna go into lying version here. What I want you to do is grab both hands like this and put them down. Can you see me? Just want to make sure you can see me.
Me
I
adjust my
just
screen.
Here we go. Yeah, there. All right,
Yeah.
here we go. So we're gonna go double fist right here. What usually, ideally, Jonathan, you would carry like a kettlebell or a weight so it can anchor you down. But we're just
Uh,
gonna use our hands here. So we're gonna go up like this. Boom. Flex that toe. There you go. Open. Nice. Back. Around. And then full circle into the back position. There you go. Now breathe. We're gonna reverse it the other way. Back. Open. Front. Straighten out.
mm,
Different feeling, huh?
yeah, I like that.
Different isolation. I love this one. When you have a kettlebell right here, works even better. So let's
Okay.
go into same. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna go the other way. So we're gonna go forward, hold, open, breathe, back. Ooh, nice. Rotate all the way back, extended leg. Okay, we're gonna reverse it. Back. Ooh, open, hold it, breathe, front, extend. Beautiful. Let's switch to the other side. Same concept. We're gonna go two there, two back. Here we go. You got room?
Thanks, so,
All
yeah.
right. Let's go up. Flex that toe for me too when you go up. Yeah, there you go. Boom. Open. Back. Rotate. Beautiful. Here we go. Reverse it. Back. Open.
Oh.
Ooh. I'm knocking down shit too over here. Front. Extend. Ooh, that left side is working for me right now. Let's go. We got one more rotation. Forward. Breathe. Open. Back. Ooh, yeah, I'm feeling it with you. Extend it. Let's reverse the position. After you extend that leg, let's do our last move here. Back. Open. There you go. Front. Extend. Ooh, fuck. Okay. Let's get into a deep frog position here. You know this right here. We're gonna go back. You can go elbow down or you can go hand, whatever feels good.
That's
I want you to, yeah, I want you to just rock back and forth, and do me a
always
favor.
hard.
What was that?
This is always hard for me.
I was just about to say, let's do our breath here. Ooh, nice in from the nose, out from the mouth. You're just breathing nice and smooth. The more you relax your muscles, the more you're breathing, you're oxygenating the muscles to pump in more blood to make it relax from that tense position. There you go. And then I want you to curve, make sure your back is flat here and looking straight. You're just rocking back and forth. You're pumping in some blood. Ah, nice. Ah, settle in there a little bit. And then let's get into our final move here, which is the deep squat one more time. I want to see how your body is now after doing a series of mobility flows and cars. So here's what I want you to do though. This is what I want you to do so we can determine the squat deeper. Okay, this is what I want to back up a little bit for me. Here you go. So here's the cues though. Here's the cues. All right. So I want you to point your toes out a little bit. Okay, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna point your toes out at an angle, like a slant angle. Okay, and then what I want you to do is I want you to keep your chest nice and tall,
Okay.
and then take a deep breath in, and then go into your deep squat as you breathe back down. Come back up. There you go. So let's do the breath. I'm gonna cue you here. Feet are pointed out. Turn to the angle of me, like turn to your side. I want to see the side of you.
This one.
Yes, right there. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Yes. So we got our feet angled. We got our chest nice and tall. We're gonna take a deep breath from the nose and then breathe out the mouth slowly and then go down. Go as low as you can. Low as you can. There you go. Come back up. Let's do it one more time. And let's see how low we can go one more time and then we're good. Okay, and then I want you to hold it there for a few seconds for me. Take a deep breath in, out the mouth. Nice. Go as low as you can. Stay there. Hold it. Breathe. Chest up. And then come back up. Ooh. Yeah. Nice. Come back to our mat. Yeah. You know the deep end of the squat just matters of It just matters of drilling it, especially before you do squats. There's certain things that you can do, especially loading it, because the part of it is like you can do a goblet squat with a dumbbell and hold it right here, right?
Yeah.
Or you can use a plate and push you down as you go down so you
Right.
can get used to loading it progressively.
Right.
So personally, I don't see your deep in squat be a hard thing if as long as you keep drilling it. Like it's just a matter of like you being used to doing it and loading it. How often do you load that position?
Only when I'm once a week when I do squats.
Yeah.
uh, so right here,
Uh,
I'm feeling it a lot in the hip adductors right here,
yeah.
inside right here, and then, like I said, of course, the ankle mobility. But I really feel it in the hip adductors when I
Yeah.
try
And
to
then how often are you doing feet and hip mobility right now?
not a whole lot.
Okay, then that's good to know because that allows you to realize where you need to focus on because I know that you as someone who's taking care of other people's bodies, right? And
Yeah.
like helping people rehab and recover and fix all that stuff, it also gives you awareness on your areas and you're not too far from what you want to create, and what you want to get. But what did you get out of this session the most today?
It was I learned a lot of some good stretches and mobility stuff. So I think I just need to like I said, create just a standard flow. If I can get a good flow that I just do constantly, that
Yeah,
will help.
daily one. Yeah,
Each time I do a workout, just do that flow. Like I
yeah,
said, I need to do two types of flow: a longer version and then a shortened version where I can just do it quickly at the end of the day, and then the longer
yeah,
version of my workout days. And I think that'll
yeah.
help.
No, that's absolutely right, man. I actually recorded a ton of different follow alongs like the one I sent you. And the one I dropped yesterday actually was knee and feet. So I think it's important for busy professionals like yourself to have those quick ones. And
Yeah.
then like when you have the extra space, when you have let's say an hour to 90 minutes at the gym, then you do rounds of the flow that you like. I always have a standard daily flow that I do every single day, especially when I'm doing lower body stuff. That 90-90 switch to a shin box, that
Yeah.
one money. Like that one's like I just do it for rounds until I sweat. And
Yeah.
yeah, you're not too far from it. Another key thing about training with your feet and your ankles though, if you do get like I don't know if you train barefoot, but barefoot shoes make a huge difference. Except for me, like I have a lot of friends who wear Vivos and barefoot shoes. I just work out barefoot. That's just me. Some people don't like that though. Some people are like, I don't like training barefoot. I'm outside in the world, da da da. But for me, like I'm just my ancestors get into me, and I'm just like I don't give a fuck, like. So,
The AC.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll do like deadlifts. I'll take my shoes off. I won't necessarily go barefoot, but just take
yeah,
shoes
no,
off.
socks work.
Condition for sure.
Yeah,
But I
yeah, yeah.
probably into some barefoot shoes that may help.
Yeah, barefoot shoes are going to probably be the biggest game changer because you're just walking and it just strengthens by itself. But there are also grippy socks that you can use. There's grip socks that you can use at the gym. You can look at Amazon. I thought of getting them, but I don't know. I just like being barefoot. So, but at the same time, I think that would be the biggest game changer, and then just keep doing a daily mobility flow through, and you'll be good. So what I'm gonna do for you is I'm gonna create a customized workout plan based off your level. I already know what I'm gonna be adding to you, and what that's gonna be doing. So do you strength train 2-3 times out of the week? Did you want me to add one squat day, one deadlift day, and one like upper body day?
To be honest, I only go to the gym one time a week. That's all.
Okay, so you want one full body, one that's focused on all the big movements and but emphasize on the squat.
Yeah, and then throughout the week, like I said, if I can get just even some mobility stuff, I'll do it at the end of the day if I can. But that's all
And
I
then you prefer the quicker ones for those days.
correct.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man, I think that would be perfect. So I'll set that up for you. And then what day do you usually do? Is that random for the training day, or is that like a
No, it's
specific day?
either, it's either Saturdays or Sundays when I go work out at the gym.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just program it the workout in the weekend, and you get to choose.
Yeah, yeah, because I usually do intermittent fasting on the weekend and then work out, and then after that I'll eat. So,
Cool, cool, man. This session is the time limit's gonna end right here, but I'm gonna call you real quick, see if you have any more questions. Okay.
all right,
All
sounds
right.
good.
Awesome, man. I'm